Hi guys, my name is Yash. I'm a ECBA certified business analyst. Currently, I'm looking for jobs and interviews preparation. So I thought what I'll do is I'll make this video so that people understand what should be a process for a business analyst preparation, because I think the process which I'm following is uh, one that is a path to become a really good business analyst. So yeah, we will now look at a case study theme. Okay, so in this, you are a business analyst for an e-commerce startup building a new website for local handicrafts. So today, what we are going to look at, what exactly a business analyst should take care, or what exactly a business analyst should do when he is going for a requirements gathering session with a stakeholder. So here we are a business analyst for an e-commerce startup. Okay, so they are building a new website for local handicraft. It's kind of like they see Etsy. I have not checked out Etsy, but if you guys have, then I think you guys will get it better. So okay, let's go to the next slide. So first step is to document everything. It's so important to document everything because most of the time minor details have been missed out. And previous in my previous company, where I was a BDM, I also had this job for requirement collection from the client side, and I remember one requirement which I totally missed. I didn't document it, and it was a chaos in the development team at that time, because then the client was asking again and again, and a lot of things happened. But yeah, uh, very very important, document everything. So from the simulation example, client says we want artisans to upload their product photos directly. So since it's a website where artisans will upload their photos directly, so what would a BA write requirements? So this is something which you have to brainstorm. But what I have written is artisan profile page must allow image upload. That is a functional requirement. Then photos must be compressed for fast loading. That's a non-functional requirement. Remember what we discussed last time. If you remember that, its functional requirement is what the system must do. It's like artisan profile page must allow image upload. So it's you are telling what the system must do for the artisan, and photos must be compressed for fast loading. So how the system should perform, okay, how the system should be, is non-functional requirement. So I hope you remember that. From the stakeholder goal, empower artisans to manage their own listing. That's a solution requirement. Perfect. So case study use in Handmade India. You document that each seller should have access to upload up to 5 images per product. Later, this becomes part of the developer story. You also capture that they need mobile photo uploads, which later leads to responsive design planning. Okay, perfect. So here the business requirement is expand seller base by 30% by making onboarding easier. Okay, perfect. Stakeholder requirements is seller should self-manage product listing. Perfect. Functional requirement is ability to upload 5 product images per listing, and non-functional is each image should be less than 500 KB for performance. So this is so cool. As you can see now, the business requirement for this handmade India website is to expand the seller base by 30%. So how do you do it? Right? You first of all make sure that the seller, because it's a company where like the artisans will upload photos. So basically the requirement which we have written is right. Like the artisans, if we are able to make sure that the website uh, allows the artisans to upload that photo directly on the website, and people can see it and buy it. So it fulfills the business requirements. So it is to expand the seller base by 30%. So the artisans will increase because they will be able to use the phone very easily and capture the photo whatever they have, and put it on the site. So it would be a great business requirement. Stakeholder requirement is seller should self-manage product listing. So we give access to seller. So in the website, obviously every website, whenever the seller has, so seller has his own admin page, seller admin page. So where he can manage product listing and stuff like that, right? Functional requirement, as you can see, ability to upload file. So it's what the system must do, right? Business requirement was why. Stakeholder requirement was who. Okay, so why is why this like the seller expand base by 30%. Okay, so that is the why of business requirement. So business is benefited, right? If the seller base is increasing by 30%, the business is improving. Stakeholder is seller should serve. So who should do that? Is stakeholder. Okay. Functional requirement, as you guys know, is what the system must do. That is upload 5 products image per listing. And non-functional requirement is uh, functional is a performance or testability or sizability kind of requirement. So as you can see, the each image side, whatever the sellers upload, it should be less than 500 KB for good performance. So I hope you guys get the point. So second tip is keep the end goal in mind. Okay. Always align with the final business objective. Simulation, client says we want a WhatsApp chat button on every page. You ask what will it achieve? Client, to increase conversions and support. You then link that back to the goal, improving customer experience, higher sales. Case study use, in Handmade India, the real goal is to reduce cart abandonment by 15%. A WhatsApp support option on the checkout page becomes a strategic solution. So this is so cool. Like, uh, because the end goal, we should know the end goal before going to the meeting. So that is cool. Like when you understand the end goal, that is improving customer experience, and when the stakeholder asks for a certain request, you kind of think, okay, this can actually solve, like having a WhatsApp button. But is it important to have it on every page? That's a question. That's a question you should ask. But yeah, in this, it's very important. It says that the real goal is to reduce the cart abandonment by 50%. So basically, what happens is, why WhatsApp? What do you think? I think mostly because the buyers can directly contact the sellers, you know, from the website if they want to ask some questions or whatever it is, right? So I think that is a really good feature and strategic feature. So requirements type, business requirements, reduce card abandonment by 15%. Perfect. Why? Stakeholder requirement, customer support wants real-time engagement. Who? Functional requirement is chat button integration via WhatsApp API. What the system does. And non-functional requirement is chat should load within 2 seconds on mobile. How the system should be. So I hope you guys get it. It's so easy. Like, first was to document everything. Second was to keep the end goal in mind. So always remember that. It's so requirements gathering is fun. You know. So okay. The tip 3 is ask pre-planned questions. It's very very important to plan before you go for any stakeholder meeting or requirement gathering session, because normally I remember one time I was in my previous company when I went uh, totally clueless in a gathering stakeholder requirement gathering session, and I was clueless. I was not, I was, it was very early, right, in start, and it was a horrible experience because I couldn't document much. I couldn't ask much questions because questions are very important in this process, right? You have to ask the right questions because that's how the stakeholder will give you the proper requirements, and he will tell you exactly what he wants, so, and why he wants it. So clients may not know what to ask. You should. Client, we want a wish list like Amazon. You ask. So what you ask as a BA, should users log in to access it? Should it be shared with friends? Should it work without login, local storage? All these questions are so important. So case study users in Handmade India, you prepare 20 plus domain specific questions. Okay. Wishlist expiration. Should wishlist item expire after 30 days? Sharing option. Can a wishlist be public or shared? can sellers see which products are being wishlisted? So asking the right questions, asking my friends are super important, especially in BA's journey, which I've learned, after ECBA and talking to a lot of other BAs. So I think, yeah, you get the point, right? You get the point. So let's move on. So tip four is to focus on micro details. Okay, this is really important. After you have documented things, and after you talk to stakeholders, it's so important to focus on the micro details. Super important. So it's like, before the impact analysis, before you go for the impact analysis, discussing with your uh, other BAs or other team members, developers, what could be possible, what couldn't be possible. You're actually prototyping and all these things also come into place. But focusing on micro details is super important. So what looks small now could cause bugs later. So true. uh, Client, we want a banner to promote festival. So as a business analyst, I'll ask, where exactly should it appear? Home page or all other pages? What should be the size of the image? What should be Who should be able to update the banner? So important. Case study use in Handmade India, the home page has a rotating banner. You ensure that. So it's like the size is defined. It's 1280 into 720px. Admin panel lets the marketing team update it without a developer. Interesting. Uh, so basically, the marketing team is given the task to update this banner. So yeah, there's a banner specification, admin control, and mobile optimization. Mm. These are like some things which are very cool, right? Focusing on the micro detail, understanding, okay, who should get what control who should have. This is super important. So let's move on to the tip number 5, that is always consider the impact. Every new requirement affects the system. Don't overlook impact analysis. Like I said, we are back to impact analysis. So impact analysis is, we assess the feasibilities of the requirements which we have taken, because after asking all the questions, after documenting everything, after even focusing on the micro details, there can be something which can be wrong, because we are human after all, right? So yeah, so this is so important. So every new requirement affects the system. Don't overlook impact analysis. Client says, let's add a payment gateway. You think, okay, will it work with our current card structure? Do we need an SSL certificate now? What if the payments fail? How do we Crack it. Case study in Handmade India, Razorpay integration is requested. You realize checkout flow needs modification to accommodate payment gateway. Inventory management. Product inventory must update only after successful payment. Return or refund. Modules need to be refined for payment reversals. So it's a super cool thing to know. So BRD, sorry, business requirement is enable online transaction to boost conversion. Stakeholder requirement is finance teams need reconciliation reports. Functional requirement is Razorpay payment gateway integration. And non-functional requirement is gateway must support 99.9% uptimes and retries on failures. So as you know, business requirement is the why. Enable online transaction to boost conversion. So if online transactions are enabled, business will boost the conversion. Obviously, there will be boost in the revenues. Stakeholder requirement is who. Finance team need reconciliation reports. So there would be a feature in the website which will help the finance team have its own reconciliation reports, a own page of reconciliation reports, of the users conversion and stuff like that. So after adding of the payment gateway, these all things uh, are going to happen. So functional requirements will be Razorpay payment gateway integration. So yeah, obviously we have to add some payment gateway, right? So Razorpay payment gateway integration. And non-functional requirements, obviously how it should be, right? A gateway must support 99.9% uptimes and retries and failures. So yeah, I hope you guys got all the 5 tips. I hope you remember. The first is to document everything. Okay, you document every single detail, whatever, whenever you are going for a meeting, stakeholder requirement, you document every single thing, whatever you're saying, kind of record it. If it's online, then there are like apps like Fireflies and stuff like that, which get give you the transcript. So that is so important. Then keep the end goal in mind. You should always, whenever you're going for a stakeholder meeting, you should always know, or you should research what exactly they want, and you should know all the details before, and you should know the end goal. And at the end of the day, end goal is mostly customer satisfaction, right? So yeah, ask pre-planned questions to prepare domain-specific questions client may not think to ask. This is so important. Like for example, if you're going for a payment kind of a fintech platform, if you're going to meet that client, then you have to have that payment domain information crazy. Like you have to have all the knowledge of ISO and all that stuff, whatever it is. Um, so so for that, asking for the in that process, you will ask very very genuine questions and right questions. So asking pre-planned questions is very very important for requirements gathering. Focusing on micro detail, as I told you, very very important, because your requirements are going to define the project. So focusing on micro details and then considering the impact as impact analysis, super super important, the last stage, because at the end of the day you have to realize, guys, as BAs, what are the requirements you take, the project depends on that. So it's so important to discuss with other people, other stakeholders, uh, about the project, to understand the project. The company which I was working on last time was a startup, not much people to discuss, but um, there were people who were very very sharp, very, and we had all these sessions and stuff like that. But I didn't know I was a BDM at that time. Uh, so it is very interesting, requirements gathering, and I hope you guys understood it well. I am not going to take much time of you guys. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care.